Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Toke, and I've got a huge topic to talk about today. Basically, all of RuneScape 3 is freaking out about this, and it's a huge subject at the moment. But first of all, I am hosting another giveaway, and if you'd like to enter it, all you have to do is go into the description, and there's a link to the Gleam site. And I'm hosting a giveaway through there, and to enter it, there's multiple ways you can enter it, and there's a few ways you can get extra entries into the giveaway, and I'm really excited about it. And if you are interested in entering it, all you have to do is go into the description, like I said before. So I'm going to move on. This topic is the removal of the 4-tick auto attack from the game, and there was a Reddit post about it and some forum post about it, and so I'm kind of going to just like summarize the forum post that I kind of read over, and I'm actually reading over it right now and just kind of looking at it, and I've been trying to figure out a way to include this into a video or make a topic about this and create discussion about it, because everybody's wigging out about it and everybody's freaking out. And I mean, I understand, because 4-tick auto attack is something that's awesome, and it's become something that is required for teams, and it's become more than it used to be. And so ModPie said that before or around RuneFest, it wasn't a big deal because, and they didn't want to discuss it because they didn't have a suitable replacement for it. And so the power and concerns of 4-tick auto attack have been gradually increasing, and you've been asking for answers. So every Friday there's a combat council that gets together and basically discusses hot topics and things that need to be discussed and stuff. And so last week they said that 4-ticking was on the agenda, as the state of it has evolved since we spoke at RuneFest. So I guess they haven't really had a meeting about it or spoken about it since RuneFest, since it's been quite a while since the RuneFest happened. I mean, that was back in September. So prior to the RuneFest, 4-tick auto attack was only around that of a 7% DPS increase, and they all agreed that it, in its current state, 4-tick was not something that they wanted to officially support due to its obscurity and exclusivity between the styles, but they did see value in a high mechanical skill based DPS increase. And the difference at the time was that comparable to a style of having top tier weapons equivalent, and the other styles waiting for the release of theirs. So before like Khopesh just came out, before Magister, and of course Solok isn't out yet. And I'm going to get into that in just a minute, because there's information about Solok that has been released, and I think it's really interesting, and it's a huge topic. I mean, I've been streaming a lot, and this has been a really big topic, and like we've had multiple conversations about it. So also, if you want to follow me on Twitch, there is a link in the description to my Twitch channel. I stream every night, 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. Usually I stream later, so if you want to follow me, go ahead and follow me. So I'm going to keep on talking about this. And so basically, the outcome of the meeting that they had last Friday was that they will no longer fully support the 4-tick auto attack in the game while we wait on the new additions. We feel that the current downsides of 4-tick auto attack now outweigh the upsides of leaving it in the game. And I mean, I kind of understand that, and I mean, I don't really know what side I'm on, because like I kind of just learned how to 4-tick, and I'm trying to kind of get out of the habit of 4-ticking and switching my weapons and stuff. And so basically, me and some of my friends have been working on rotations, because now it's about to come down to all rotation. It's going to come right back down to, is your rotation good? The usage of your abilities. It's going to come down to that, instead of being all about if you can 4-tick or what. And so, I mean, and also, I kind of understand that, because now, like, some of the people that don't know how to do it are like, they can't join teams because they can't 4-tick, or they can't constant 4-tick auto attack. And so, I mean, I don't know. I'm keeping an open mind. I feel like maybe these new abilities could be awesome, and a lot of stuff that they're adding to the game could be very interesting. So I'm going to move on to the changes that they're planning on adding to the game, and these are what really piqued my interest, and I feel like this will be a huge topic, and caused a lot of discussion, and like there's so many comments on this forum post, it's ridiculous. And I think later I'm gonna like go through the comments and like laugh about some of them because they are really funny. So I'm gonna move on to what they are planning to change or bring into the game now. The planned changes are: 1. No longer allow your auto attack swing to be reset, or more accurately go backwards outside of legacy mode. If you perform an auto attack with a rate 6 weapon, which I guess would be tier 6, I don't really know, it will take 6 ticks before you can auto attack again, regardless of whether you change your weapons. This prevents the most glaring bug with 4-tick auto attack, in that you can perform auto attacks with staff damage at the same rate as a wand. Number 2, performing an ability will delay your auto attack swing by a minimum of 5 ticks. Just preventing the auto attack reset will not stop 4-tick auto attack, only nerf its damage. You would still be able to delay by 4 ticks with a wand, and then auto ability on the same tick. Although just preventing the auto attack reset will not stop 4-tick auto attack, it will only nerf its damage, and you would still be able to delay by 4 ticks with a wand and then auto ability on the same tick. By delaying autos by this much, you miss out on adrenaline and damage per minute if you delay for this auto, but this allows back-to-back auto ability combinations should you want to. And they have chosen not to add an auto attack ability to provide auto attack forcing to other styles, as this leads to homogenizing the styles and a flatter combat system overall. This would also mean adding a meta into the game we plan on removing, which feels like an incorrect approach. So the next paragraph, they move on to adding more interactive combat in place of 4-tick auto attack, so it would be what they found as a solution to replace it once they remove it from the game, or they nerf the damage or whatever they're doing to prevent you from abusing the auto attacks in between weapon switches and stuff. So the idea of adding more interaction with the combat system for a small but notable DPS increase is not dead. They still plan on adding more interactivity into the combat system, and they say they are very interested in hearing your ideas on how you'd like this to manifest. It's awesome to see some ideas coming from the community, and I would encourage you to keep brainstorming with each other over subjects like this. We get a great deal out of hearing your new ideas, and they have a very real effect on our designs while they're in progress. So since RuneFest, they have been working on a replacement for the 4-ticking method, and they have prototyped a few, and they say that the initial prototyping is done and they can reveal some of the ideas, which they did. And so the following is their current plan for adding more interactive methods to all 3 styles. This is all subject to change, and I implore you to give feedback and suggest ideas off the back of this post. They do not all have any definite numbers, as they are all subject to balance during development. I promised you at RuneFest that I'd let you know with enough time to get your feedback, so here we go. Okay, so this is where everything gets super interesting, and everything that we don't know, they're starting to give us information. And this is what everyone's wigging out about, and prices of tier 92 and tier 90s are going crazy right now. Like, they're all changing and moving up and down and up and down. Like, the market's just nuts right now because everybody's like trying to figure out which weapons are going to be better, which are going to not, and etc., etc. So Magic, they're going to introduce a new ability, and it will be purchasable through the Shattered Worlds shop. So I mean, it could be a good idea to go grind Shattered Worlds and get a lot of anima. So this will be a new Magic threshold with a dual wield requirement. When activated, your basic abilities will reset your auto attack swing, allowing you to pop off spells in between your abilities, like, I guess, Vulnerability or Weaken or some of the debuffs. On top of this, you will gain a bonus damage on your auto attacks for each unique damaging spell you use when this buff is up. The passive effect will not be removed if you switch to a staff. That's interesting. That's really cool. And then it says, the aim of this is to retain Magic's ability to utilize spells during combat, but to also actively reward more interaction during the uptime of the effect. Requiring an adrenaline cost and linking it to an ability allows us to fine-tune the cost and reward for this extra DPS. This also offers a magic ability alongside the existing ranged and melee abilities to find out a full set of abilities from Shattered Worlds. So, I mean, that's the magic one. That's really cool. I'm really excited about that, and like, I want to play with it, and like, I want to figure out how it works and what. But, I mean, we can't do that until it's released. And I think that it's going to be released when they drop Solok. And that could be very soon, because the next article, or the next paragraph in this article, right below this information about the magic attack, is the range. So, for range, with Solok, a new range ability will be dropped. A new ability. So, that means... See, I knew there was going to be something, man. Like, I mean, this couldn't be, like, this might not be the only extra drop from Solok, but it could be a codex. Like, Jagex likes to use codexes because, let's see, AOD, raids, etc., Telos. I mean, they all have codexes with abilities and stuff. So, this will be a range ultimate ability available to all range weapon styles. When activated, your global cooldown is lowered from 1.8 seconds to 1.2 seconds for a short time. The cooldown of this will be longer than Death Swiftness, since you are mobile during the uptime, and this isn't just an increase in damage, but also an increase in adrenaline gain. Note, Revolution will not speed up while this buff is active. So, I mean, this is only utilizable by full manual, and the aim of this is to bring back the feeling of 2-tick abilities in a more structured and more balanced way. If done right, we expect you to alternate between this and Death Swiftness. So I mean, when your Death Swiftness is on cooldown, you could still keep your DPM up by activating this. And I think that this is going to be insanely busted, dude. It's going to be absolutely busted, because this is going to allow you to bust off abilities back to back to back to back to back and just put out as much damage as you can in this short time frame. And so I think it's really interesting. And also, I don't think there's information on it on this post. There's not. Okay. So they're saying that there's going to be new bolts, and apparently they're going to be tier 95. I missed the content showcase, the stream, because I was asleep, unfortunately. So I didn't really get a lot of information about that, and I really don't know what the deal is with these bolts. But people are saying that they're going to take Ascension bolts and they're going to make them tippable. So you're going to be able to put bolt tips onto Ascension bolts and enchant them. And it's going to turn them into tier 90 bolts. And so before a lot of the tier 92 crossbows are in the game, and I'm feeling like all of this is going to update when Solok is released. And they did say the end of January, early February. So get ready, because it's probably coming very, very soon. And so I think it's going to be super interesting. So if you've got a bunch of bolts or gems or anything like that, hold on to those, because you never know. I mean, they could go crazy and you could make a lot of money on it, but it is risky. I talked to one of my friends that merches a lot, and he said that might not be a good idea because it's risky and it could not make money. You could lose money. So, I mean, if you've got bolts and gems, just hold on to them and see if like prices change. But Ascension bolts, man, I wish I would have kept mine, because I think last double XP I made like 100,000. I don't even know, so many Ascension bolts. And I really wish I would have just like set on them for a while. But Ascension crossbows have been rising dramatically, and so that's really interesting. Also, I'm going to get into this last ability, Melee. Bladed Dive will be able to damage an opponent when used during global cooldown. This was something we previously removed from the game, but with a change in approach to combat comes a change in our approach to this. It was an enjoyable interaction before we removed it, so I look forward to it coming back. Note, the amount of damage will not necessarily be the same as when it was used off global cooldown. We will also be releasing our first update for weapon diversity. All stabbing weapons, dagger, short sword, spear, rapier, have a chance to not incur global cooldown at all, which will allow you to instantly attack with another ability. Revolution will not instantly trigger an ability if this effect is applied. So again, I feel like they're trying to push people towards full manual instead of Revolution, even though they just updated Revolution, which is irrelevant. I don't know, whatever. We also convert the Khopesh to a stabbing weapon like its T82 counterpart. So Khopeshes are nuts, and I mean, a lot of people that I know have sold them recently, and I bet they wish they didn't now, because they're rising quickly. And the aim is to provide Melee with a way to unlock it from the shackles of global cooldown and to reward those that are paying attention. So I feel like they're trying to make this a balanced triangle again of magic, range, and melee. And I don't know if this is actually going to balance it, but they are removing 4-tick. But at the same time, 4-tick auto attack made magic like the superior style. And so I'm pretty excited about all this, especially the new abilities and the weapons. I mean, and Solok, you know, like I'm super excited about Solok, because that's going to be so much fun. Like a brand new boss, brand new weapons in the game. Everybody's going to lose it. And I mean, I feel like the bolts could be pretty cool, but I know this video is super long and it's just me talking, and so this is basically an idea for a new series that's going to be like time lapses of like skills that I really don't want to do, but it's going to force me to do them. So I think it's cool, because it's going to like maybe keep you from getting bored listening to me talk and ramble on about this, but maybe like me talking about different topics and discussions about updates and like big things that are happening in RuneScape. But I think this is super funny because all the comments on this post are hilarious, and I'm gonna like read through some of them just because I think it's hilarious, man. And like it's just so funny. Everybody's like, I'm looking forward to some good elitist post, and some people are like, I support this, it's a balanced approach to please both ends of the community. And then there's all kinds of memes in here, man. I can link this forum post in the description if you want to give your input. And I know I'm late on this topic, but I know it's a huge topic, and I just wanted to talk about it, and because I've been talking about it so much, and I think that it's super interesting, and it's a huge change to the game. Like, Jagex continuously changes a lot of things about the game, but I thought this was super funny. Somebody said, hey, how many ticks does it take Telos golems at Silver Warden to 1-tick you if you can't freeze them with ice auto attacks with wand and shield out? XD? That's fucking funny, dude. And then other people are like, yeah, let's change the only thing that makes a boring combat system more interesting. Great job, lol. I mean, I don't really necessarily agree with that. I know a lot of people are super triggered about this, but I'm trying to be positive and like keep an open mind about it. And so there's a ton of comments on here, and I'm going to link it below, like I said just a minute ago, and you can look into it, read, or offer criticism to the team that is working on these abilities. And I'm going to try to wrap this video up because it's already 18 minutes long, so if you made it this far, hell yeah, thanks. But I mentioned it at the beginning of the video, I am doing a giveaway, so in the description there's a link to the giveaway if you would like to enter it, and it's pretty awesome. I'm giving away a tier 90 weapon of your choice, or 150 mil 1 month from now. So enter the giveaway, check it out. Let me know if you like this video. I'm trying to come up with a title for this series. It's either going to be like Toke and Talk, or Toke's Talks, or something, or like something about talking about the news of RuneScape and what's going on in the community, and of course it's going to be over a time lapse like I did in this video. So let me know what you guys think, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.